Hello, hello. Welcome to WIP IT Sundays. With me now, we got Commodon on the Sawyer. And we got Custom Cannon blending away.
Evening.
And we got the Sawyer in the chat. Hello, hello. And I keep messing around, changing things up, man. So I have to change out heads on my 2.0 lower. First, I was changing out the eyes. Then when I changed the eyes out, it's like, then I realized, oops, we went 3-0. Now I realized, since I lowered the neck on this new one, those other heads I was using, the avalanche heads, they sit down too low. And I was like, I ain't like that. It's my OCD, it's like changing things up. I decided to use a casting of a DC Direct Superman head, which kind of looks like Christopher Reeves. It looks too narrow this way when it's on the head body. When you put the helmet on, I put some green stuff, made it contour to the helmet perfectly so it don't move around, and it scales really nicely. And it sits up right where I want it to be. So I'm going to always changing things. Never happy. Well, that's one of the things I've been doing this weekend is playing around with like character designs on Leonardo AI. It is quite fun. And I actually, I can do this real quick too. I gotta, let's see, go up here, edit avatar. Downloads. Show off some of the stuff I did here in a second. I'm getting putting it, downloading it, putting it in a folder.
What are you working on, Dom?
I'm still trying to get that trench coat designed.
That the Mandarin?
Yeah, that's the body. It's not really for anybody or any one thing. I want a trench coat.
Oh, that's cool looking.
That's the one of two looks for the same character. This would be like what he normally looks like, and in his true form, that would be his true form. And more characters. It's been AI-fied. Kind of like putting them together to recreate the group picture I got. It's lower with an energy sword, more techie, sci-fi looking design. That's one of the villains, the Mandroid. That is Mox. He was tough to get the AI to cooperate to make him. It does not like not putting legs on stuff. But I'm pretty happy with so far. I burned up almost over 3,000 credits when they give you 8,500 to get these to where I like them.
And it just does people like that?
You can different styles, different types. You can do like an anime style, a Pixar style, and different. Just depends on your text prompts, and you can have reference artwork too, which was what I was doing to get to recreate my characters as close as I could. But I like them so far. It's fun to play with. I'm going to wear myself out playing with it, and I won't mess with it no more after I get done. It's that OCD. I'm going to learn something. I will play with something, learn something till I get bored of it. Then I'll move on to the next thing. That ADHD mindset. It's like, ooh, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do this, and I'm done. Now back on to traditional customizing. Got the Rafferty's face I need to start painting. I'm going to do his goatee. I'll paint up the inside of the eyes, do the eyebrows.
You know, I can go all day without receiving any text messages or at all. But as soon as I hop on to do something, where I've gotten like,
After talking to Token Thursday, I ordered up some of those fingernail art paintbrushes. They're cheap on Amazon, like I said. Yeah, they're very fine tips, which is going to be so much easier when painting eyes. Fine details. And the Leonardo AI is pretty cheap. They got plans like I did like the monthly plan, so it's $12 a month, and you get 8,500 credits.
mm-hmm.
Which they got more expensive ones, and I'm not really that invested into it. I'm doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Hank Solo was talking about buying himself a hearse, and he wants to paint it Kelly green. What?
Why?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I would want to paint a hearse green. Is there a certain significance to that, or that I don't know of?
That's the same color? Is that it's what they call the glow in the dark color, isn't it?
I think those like, why not? It's like, well, that's true. Why not? But I just wonder if there's a reference to it. Is it's just
Significance.
Significance to why you want to paint one green. You're saying you're going to buy one and paint it up like the Ecto. I can understand that. But
That's a little white, not green.
yeah. These magnifiers you sent me, sir, are much, much appreciative.
Oh, yeah, they work good.
That's a nice green color.
Oh, it is pretty green. Hearses
If you got the money to do what makes you happy, go for it.
Yes, sir.
You'd never have a hard time finding your car in a parking lot.
This is true too. Hearses, I would say, are getting harder to come by because they don't make them anymore. There's no big sedans for them to convert now. I've seen a hearse the other day. It was a SUV, like a SUV. I wouldn't mind having a Caprice or Roadmaster wagon, like a 96 model with the LT1 motor in it. Those are pretty sought after. People like to buy them for customize them. Even as a base model, end up costing you quite a bit, way more than what you would think for a car that age would cost. Standard road just the sedans don't go as much. Just the wagons.
Okay, so if you look at these two jackets,
yes,
you see how this one goes straight down, and this one contours in and out.
Yep. I like the contour.
I think I hate it.
You don't like the contour?
Yeah.
Then I don't like the contour. What's wrong with the? Oh, why don't you like the contour?
I don't know. It's kind of like road cones at the bottom.
Okay.
But you put a wire in it, but this one looks like a dress.
I want to point out that I had gotten no text messages all day until I got on a live stream. Then I got like, I don't know, 18 of them.
Like, what's the most inconvenient time we can message Cannon?
Yeah.
9 o'clock at night on a Sunday.
That's all right. Just a coincidence, I guess.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sorry.
And everybody in the chat, don't worry. I'll get to you here in a second. I was trying to finish up painting here, then I'll get to check on the chat. I'm not ignoring. I just can't paint and use the mouse and read tech chats at the same time.
Don's trying to make me send my cell phone on a trip.
Well, where's it going?
I'm gonna go over and visit that wall.
All right, let's see.
I've made so many trench coats over the last week and a half. I made 5 of them.
Why so many?
Trying to get a design that I like.
What was wrong with the one on the figure in the back?
Wait, which one?
The one that is on the right as I look at your camera. The other one.
The one that's got the taper at the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the taper.
You don't like the taper?
Arm, to where it comes down to where it looks like it road cones. It's like fat at the bottom, skinny at the top.
Being gray and with white shoes.
This contour, I would have to alter the bottom in some way.
Being gray with those white shoes says Connor McLeod to me. I think those I'd like to have a Ghostbusters one. Can't afford it yet. Yeah, the 59 caddies are any kind of 59 caddy, even like the old ambulances and hearses. They're incredibly expensive. Rusted out holes would cost you, 20 years ago, would cost you like almost $20,000.
Yeah, give me another figure here. Put these other jackets on. Show you what I'm talking about.
Vulcan Rumble's in the house. He said he got the notification to set to all received, subscribe, given, audio, video, good. Welcome. Good to have you here, sir. Thanks a lot. I found a link in for a good price. Nice. They have a hearse festival up north with hot rods. Sweet. Alfredo, I got my red car from my cousin. The car had an accident and the passenger side door were crushed. I replaced the doors and they were champagne color. I got painted in job at Miko. Or Michael. Choose to keep it to the red. They're a different color though. Alex, hello. Feel like your work and your channel, absolutely amazing. Thank you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much, sir. And the hearkening there can be only one. I'm not sure where the hearkening's at tonight. He's very, very busy with filling orders and stuff. He's the only one of us that does the customizing stuff for the profession. He makes some damn good stuff.
All right, so I got a couple of more trenchies.
Oh, you got a black trench coat in there too. Fancy.
Yeah. Oh, black with red inside.
Yeah, I didn't make these two.
Get the mouse back up.
But there are things that I don't like about them. There are things that I do like, but things that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get one that I do like, so that I can have it. But it's a lot of trial and error. It's vexing me.
Oh, I just looked at those pictures, Johnny, on the Discord. The flats you put on Power Princess. Yeah, I was thinking those Shriek feet were going to be a little too small for her. But yeah, that does make their legs look a little stumpy. Hopefully, maybe like a bigger set of feet would take care of that. Let's see. Private business always charges more than actual price.
I wonder why my camera won't focus.
Focus.
Put something directly in front of it to focus on, and it'll focus the stuff in the back.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put my. Well, you said that. I forgot to turn on my app. But my camera's got you can download an app called the Logitune. I got a Logitech where you can adjust your zoom and focus.
Okay. You're okay.
Bunker up storm, maybe. That looks. The Shriek's feet are very, very thin. would need some bigger feet. If Angela wasn't rare, her feet would probably be about the right size. Or the She-Hulks, the older She-Hulk, like for the Red She-Hulk and Thundra, those feet should be bigger, so those might work. Check those out. These look cool. Just got done painting Power Princess, waiting for the paint to dry and seal it now. Almost done. Ooh, cool. Very sweet.
I think, man, I really think about tearing that thing apart.
The black one? Or the brown one?
The brown one. Because it has a very interesting front half. It's kind of like an H.
Trying to get where I can see and not hit my head.
It would also help me with my other problem. There's a lot that I don't like about the black and red wood because the fabric is trash to start with.
Yeah.
I could totally kill this one and it not hurt my feelings. But it looks pretty straightforward.
Name the Fields in the house. No. What about the $4 G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie Ninja Girl on Amazon? Will her feet work? That would be too small. You need bigger feet for it. The Power Princess is not quite She-Hulk size, but almost She-Hulk size. I have that Valkyrie, but still need to drill out the feet, see how they fit. Krylon sealant ain't good. I've never had any luck with Krylon sealant. What I like to use is two steps. I do Duplicolor Automotive Clear Coat to seal it, which is super, super shiny, but it's a hard coat finish, so your paint's a little more protected. Then, after that dries, hit it with a Mr. Hobby matte coat to roll it back down. Or you can just use Mr. Hobby matte altogether, which is still a really good finish. If you didn't paint the skin tones, I would recommend that. Just use the Mr. Hobby matte finish. Krylon's got a habit of getting tacky after a while, after it sits. Even if you can get the set.
Okay, I got an idea.
Use I got any in here. It's an automotive clear coat that you can get from like any part store. I get it on Amazon, where I can buy it in 6 packs. It's called Duplicolor Top Coat. The automotive version. They make different types for like wheels and engine blocks, stuff like that. But you want the automotive version stuff for the
yeah.
But If you didn't paint the skin tones, I would just use the Mr. Hobby matte. That'll do it just fine. Staring down the house.
I don't know why I worry about using that paper. It ain't like we got a giant roll of it down there.
Yeah, Mr. Hobby is definitely or I pulled up the screen.
It's definitely what?
Mr. Hobby is great, but a bit expensive for a small can. It's definitely very pricey for what little you get in those cans. It's like $11 a can, something like that. Want to pull it up on screen for answer because we're streaming on two different channels, so if I'm answering a question straight out of the chat without pulling it up, one will not know what the other one is talking about.
Inches sounds good. All right. All right.
Using a sharpened piece of styrene for fine detail brush.
I think someone might have yelled at me. No, false alarm. Everything is fine.
My ears make play tricks on me, and I hear, seem like I hear somebody calling my name. I was like, nope. Painting is the most frustrating part of figure paint. One mistake and you have to start over. Yep. That's why I'm thinking about printing decals now. They work out pretty good if you can get the scale. Is trial and error getting the scaling right is the thing. Every figure is different too, so. I ain't so very much a fan of Tester's acrylic paints, but not Tester's Extreme Lacquer. It depends on the lacquers. Definitely can take a lot longer to dry. That's can be frustrating. It'll feel dry to the touch, but it won't be completely dry.
Man, what the crap?
Yeah, it you can take whenever I use Extreme Lacquer's paint solo, it usually takes, I don't touch them for a week before I mess with them. It's best to do super light coats too.
Why do you like this? Google Moogle.
Actually, just like painting eyebrows about more than anything.
Eyebrows.
A lot of problems.
If what you're painting don't have sculpted eyebrows, and you have to do it like by eye, like getting them manually, like even. If they're off too much, it drives me crazy. Oh, I think so. That he finished up his suspendor custom. Nice. Alpha Pro said he sprayed his Mecha Godzilla with silver enamel paint and it never dried. Oh, still the enamel, dude. No.
Wrong kind of plastic for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You eat it.
Well, it just never sets. It won't cure. I've learned that lesson the hard way a long time ago. Enamels do not like softer plastics. They will not dry. And into the the oven cleaner it goes. Strip that stuff off. If it's a Godzilla figure, that's going to be quite a big figure, though.
Your SH Monster Arts are usually around 6 inches tall.
Alfredo said, nah, it was the old 1990 Godzilla Wars figure I got used. Okay. You're absolutely right.
About what?
I don't know. I can barely hear. I just didn't want to be left out.
Okay. It's good to know that we were absolutely right, though, what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought he was reading my mind. It's like, I think those lips look a little bit funny.
Ooh, that was almost very bad. Just spilled a little bit of water. Smacked the paintbrush that's in the water.
Oh.
It's getting there. Could be. There it is. A little more black in his goatee. There's a couple spots that's patchy. You touch up the eyebrow on this side over here. Got the whites of his eyes painted. I'll have to look up his eye color. I can't remember. Finishing up his head and painting up the sunglasses. That's basically all left to do on this one. I need to seal his hands. And I have one more ultra first character for the shelf. Can't call him an ultra because he's human.
That's the shot everybody wanted to see. Right up the nose.
Yeah. get work on the other Space Ghost too for Quinn Comics. I wrote Working Quinn. You're right, sir.
Calling turkeys or something.
That's what it sounds like.
Man of many talents.
I've been called worse.
I was called worse to date.
Oh. What was the context?
Well, I aggravated the fire department personnel today.
Oh.
They were wanting free favors. Usually I'm down, but
Today you're like, no can do.
you gotta give a little to get a little, you know.
Yeah.
And they went down for giving, so what did I say about that? Three. The box.
Jeepers, creepers, where's you still peepers? Mr. Don sent them to me.
Well, I know you already had a pair, but I figured variety's the spice of life.
It's good having an extra set too, since I'm eventually gonna be working on that Batmobile from Fan Home. I'll have something for up there. At my other station.
Go with a more comfortable set.
Yep. It looks like it well. Is someone sculpting William Murphy?
Charlie Murphy?
No.
Looks like it well.
A little bit, it does.
Boy creates here. What's up, fellas? Pinky Blinders. Okay. It does kind of look a little bit like him. Now I know who he's talking about. Oh, I was going to drop StreamYard, try to find something else because they're so expensive for what you get. I've been paying $25 a month, and you can only have 2 people on on the as admin on the site, StreamYard. And it's $25 a month. You can't do HD. It's 720p. I canceled it, and they contacted me, and they're like, "Hey, we're getting ready to roll out this new plan. It's going to be like $96 a year, or like $10 a month." It's like, if you want to stay, it's like, huh. The only difference is the little tiny little StreamYard logo up in the top corner. $10 a month versus $25 a month. So I have all the features I had on the $25 plan. I just got to have that little StreamYard logo up the top. And you can still run your own branding too at the same time, I think. Yep. You can have your own logos, and StreamYard will still just be over to the side. So I got to do a whole year for $77, prorate it with whatever paid for January. So I just did that. That's like just a little bit over what I paid for 3 months.
It's nuts.
Well, if you made your deluxe plan, the price of the previous plan was paying, I might have done that because you have more seats and don't have to keep changing people out all the time. Or StreamYard's weird too, where if you're a co-host on a StreamYard account, you can't link to and you have your own StreamYard account, you can't link the stream to your YouTube channel or your StreamYard. So every Thursday I have to boot Matt. I was always swapping back and forth between Hulk Smash and Geek Fusion. So and Dom, and when it does that, he can stream set up the streams for Friday streams on his channel. And speaking of, we got Hulk Smash right here. Hello, family. Hello, sir. Where are you at?
Family, 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 family.
How you doing, brother?
Long time no see. Good, great, Google Muggle.
He said, I heard co-host.
Done spoke him up.
It's like Candyman. Or Beetlejuice.
Hey. Leave Gary alone.
But he seems so important. I need to knock him off.
Yeah, man.
That's the rules of the cat. Like, is this important to you?
Are you paying more attention to this than you are to me?
I think this needs to be in the floor. And well, I got my second order from Kids Warehouse. Everything was fine.
Like delivered?
Yep. They're fast.
Apparently.
They had stuff they didn't have when I made my first order. Wrote down the order that Terex and what's the other Herald?
Silver Surfer?
No, the nameless one, or no, something like that. I don't know. A really lazy figure. No paint on the figure except for the head, the eyes. It's on a Grim Reaper body with a warped leg out of the package. You gotta fix it. Don said he's doing better, but not good yet. I'm sorry, brother. Hello, all of my friends in the chat, and just remember,
I don't have friends. I got family.
Speak his name, and he will appear. Let's see.
One of these days, I'm just gonna make like a generic ear that I like, and then I'm just gonna tack it on to everything to save myself some time.
I think makes sense.
And adjust it as needed once it's on the.
That's what the Hasbro does with all their sculpts, especially like the Return of Marvel Legends. That are in the when they first brought stuff back, you could clearly see a lot of the head sculpts on the male characters. They were working off the same model; they were just tweaking it. They'll have like the same facial structure, features, just moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
Good. Hulk Smash just said you said that before about that ear.
I know.
They're keeping us honest and not even here on in the chat, on the show, but just in the chat.
Ears are important, but they're not. Like, I don't know.
Huh?
They got a lot of detail in them, which makes them finicky, right?
Yep.
So they take a lot of time to do and get looking right. But like they're not, they're not like typically they're not the defining characteristic of a character. You don't just see like a shot of an ear and be like, oh yeah, that's so and so from this, unless it's like, really specific.
Hey, I'm sure there's probably some.
But like
weirdos can do that.
If you just saw like a shot of Bruce Wayne's ear and a shot of Clark Kent's ear, you're not gonna know the difference.
I don't know. There might be some weirdos that do. like, oh yeah, that's Bruce Wayne's ear. That's why Batman covered his ears up so he don't be identified.
So we can't be identified by his ear profile.
Yeah. Wake Rate said, I feel that about the ears. I never looked at the figure and said anything is awesome except for the ears. Hyperion's, the version 1 Hyperion has terrible ears. They're very thin.
Isn't the Rogue 97 missing one ear?
Possibly.
I think it's her right ear that she's missing. Like if you look at her,
yeah,
the one that is on her right, not the one that's on
On
right.
the
Looker. So
Spider-Woman Super Scroll 2-pack, Hasbro didn't bother to paint the Spider-Woman's hair, one of her ears. It's still black plastic.
but it's there.
No, wait a minute. No, that might be the black version of the figure when they did the black repaint. But Spider-Woman, she didn't. They didn't paint one of her ears. It was there. It's nicely sculpted. But we're getting close to getting hit 5,000 subscribers on the main channel here.
Very cool.
Here we'll do another giveaway when we do that. One of the previous giveaway winners contributed a Fortnite Snake Eyes. Next giveaway, I got some other goodies I can add to it. One of the things that would bother most people, but the paint got a little rough around the eyelid. And it takes these magnifiers to even see it. I had to scrape it off and redo it. No, the pain of having OCD. Never happy with anything. Roy D. Mercer. Oh, so the giveaway isn't a free custom? It's like, not right now. But, never know. We did. Don actually did contribute a couple of custom pieces to the last giveaway, though.
Yay!
And they were really nice. Don't know what all we give away this time. Adrian, good evening.
I got some packages I need to mail off, but I don't have the envelopes yet.
Yeah, I gotta get one mailed out to the Ghost Rider bike.
I feel attacked. I got a lot of packages to mail off.
What do you think about that?
What's that?
I didn't mean for it to even sound like that way. I just like
No. I know. I just
Gonna have to wait till payday anyway.
It's my own guilty conscience.
Which is Thursday.
Right. Pretty happy with how that looks. Let the white dry a little bit more before I mess with doing the irises. Yeah, it looks pretty good for the character. I know I could have gotten rid of the starburst from the long shot torso, but only a little bit of the from the jacket. It's not enough for me. I didn't think it's enough to worry about to redoing it.
It's awful stiff.
The majority of this is a kit bash, a little bit of custom work. I used the blue stuff, made a belt buckle mold of the Wolverine, Cowboy Wolverine, so I can have the right kind of buckle. Painted up all the straps, dyed them black, then I painted them with Mr. Color black, just so they'll be, make sure they don't fade out. Long shot torso, lower body, belt, leg holster. Leg sheath for the knife. Chamber, jacket, and from the biceps down, arms. Hands are from a female Fortnite figure, which are skilled for male Marvel Legends. The legs are Disney Plus Hawkeye with long shot boots. And a Magus head that I put the goatee on, repainting up. It was this head here. Get that mean grin, which needed for the character, which worked out really good. Mr. Negative donated his tie. I like it. That's the only thing I gotta do is finish the eyes, seal the hands, paint the glasses, and do the final assembly on it. Put the gluing the hair piece on. I am going to put some paint on my Bond, James Bond head. Boom, 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 boom.
Sorry, I had an idea, and I can't chew bubble gum and walk.
I've had that happen. Or you get a really good idea, then it's like, what the hell was it? Yeah, it was really good. I swear it was.
Focus.
Adrian watched Tarantino's Death Proof again last night. I've forgotten to use the black 69 Charger in the second half. I'm going to need to do a custom Stuntman mic pretty soon. Yeah, the Roman Racer is getting close to it. They were planning on getting that originally shipped out before Chinese New Year. Now they're shooting in March, which looks great. So after Rafferty, will you be making Nightman? What is? I got a choice started. I got all the parts for her, and definitely want to make a Nightman. He's on my list to make. But don't know when I'm gonna get to him next. When I eventually get to him, but I definitely gonna make him. I need to get make my own Final Form Prime. I got parts of it laying about. I need to finish it or actually start working on it. The only thing I've done is I got one boot fixed up and I got his gauntlets fitted. And get the heads ready. Well, not paint it, but casting cleaned up, fit it. This one will have boot swivels. I was able to retain the boot swivels this time. At least on one foot so far.
Cool.
Nightman is also one of those ones kind of hard to nail down his look because he was drawn kind of inconsistently, even colored inconsistently. Because sometimes like his cowl was blue, sometimes it was gray.
We are talking about the same guy I was thinking of. He's got one bulbous eye.
Yeah, well, he's got like a it's not a bulbous eye; it's a night vision goggle lens.
Okay, well, it still looks like crazy.
Well, it's on how he's drawn. If it's drawn to look like his night vision goggle, it looks fine. But sometimes they just draw it look like it's like a big giant eye.
Yeah.
So it looks weird.
I will have to be honest here. I was not like a not like a fan.
Yeah. Name Held said Nightman was the only Ultraverse character in live action. They almost made a firearm series, which would have been cool. I saw like one of the guys on one of the admin of the Ultraverse group on Facebook. He got a copy of the script of Firearm Episode 1, the pilot script, whatever. Which pretty cool. There. If you guys can hold the fort down for a second, I'll be right back. Just don't talk everybody's ear off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always get accused of having a big mouth and talking too much.
I
They're like-
struggle with collars and lapels, so
Not fun time collars.
this is probably a way to eliminate said things.
What collar are you talking about?
Like this right here.
Yeah, how would you eliminate that?
Have it be a part of the pattern where you don't have to add it later.
Oh, wouldn't that also kind of reduce your work? If it were already
to
part
get
of
it
the
to look
pattern,
right, you still have to run seams and make it look like two pieces.
even though it's not.
Yeah. So I mean, a little bit of yes, a little bit of no.
I don't know anything about sewing. That's not true. I don't know much about sewing. I know it requires fabric and thread,
Some
maybe
thread.
some needles or something.
I couldn't sew you something to save my life.
I can sew a hole in my sock. Or maybe that's a stitch. I don't know. What's the difference?
Stitch incoming.
I don't know what that means. I see that people say that all the time. I'm old, where I don't understand. What is a stitch? What's incoming?
They're like editing the video. They're putting another piece of video at the end of the video. They're stitching on another video.
Oh, it has, I thought it had something to do with like being snarky or something other. I don't know.
No, basically saying shit at the end of the video, letting you know that there is an edit to the video. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh.
There, I'm gonna go get some coffee and I'll be back.
Okay.
It's not adrenal fatigue. He's just tired.
You can watch that while I go.
Yeah, I did.
No, I did play around with let's see here. I gotta share these real quick. I thought these are kind of neat. Let me get them pulled up here. Present. Basically made like kind of like Pixar versions of myself and Hulk Smash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was fun. That's wild. Speed sculpting. This is real time. It's not a recording. He's actually sculpting that fast. That's why he drinks so much coffee.
Survival of the fittest.
So you can sculpt that fast. But problem with doing that stuff with the AI stuff, and now it's like, man, I like what they did. All the extra stuff they added to them. So I need to make more versions.
Man, I model fast.
It's all that coffee, man. So you need to drink some coffee, get a little bit of coffee, get a little fly mouth on you, just a little bit of sculpting.
Makes all the difference.
The episode of Futurama when Fry drinks the coffee like goes
Like
in
200 coffees or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Gains
funny
super
episode.
speed.
Saved everybody from a fire.
I did watch Captain Marvel today, the second one.
Oh yeah, the Marvels.
The Fury of the Gods or Titans or whatever.
What?
It was alright. Pretty good for free.
Yeah. Best way to watch Marvel stuff now. Free.
No. DC.
Oh, that Captain Marvel. The real Captain Marvel.
Shazam.
Shazam. And
I still hate the fact that DC gave up using the name Captain Marvel. They could still call him Captain Marvel to this day, but they just didn't want to. Couldn't make the book title that, which is fine.
I also watched Rogue Rebel Moon.
Oh, Rebel Moon. I feel sorry for you. That movie was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It was.
It wasn't. It's a fairly redeemable fucking actioner.
No, the movie just sucks ass.
I haven't seen it.
You're not missing anything.
I have been watching, what is it? True Detectives of Night County or something like that.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty good.
the first one was awesome. It's all the law of diminishing return. Seems like it's been going on with them. They're
It's got
Easy.
Woody Harrelson and that other guy.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. All right. That guy.
There's the one Megatron band.
What's up?
I haven't done too much this weekend, just playing with that MAF.
I was just over at family's house doing some shit. We had a birthday, so
Oh, what did you say? You said
Family.
I said it, didn't I?
yeah.
I fucking said it. Bitch.
The last one I was still tweaking on for like at 8:30 before the stream starts. The guy with the snake body.
Yeah.
It's like that's hard to get the AI to make somebody that's half snake and have horns on the head and stuff. It's like wants to put legs on it so bad, or turn it into a complete snake. Some of the ones that rendered it's like it's just a demon snake. It's like, are you not referencing my artwork at all? I probably got like 100 versions of each rendition to get it closer and closer to what I want it to be. Tweaking it, change the words.
What was the name of the app or whatever you were using? You said
Leonardo AI. Let me grab that. I'll put it in the chat. It's like $12 a month. It's like not bad at all. You get 80. Well, that's on their lower plan. $12 a month, and you get 8,500 credits. And depends on what you do on each render. It can go from like 8 to 16 credits per render. Generate render.
Can you put like pictures in there and say modify this, or does it just create new shit?
Oh, you can use reference artwork. That's what I've been doing. That's how I was able to do like the Pixar versions of myself in Hulk Smash. It's like, and there's like a feature too, like when you find something that's close, you can hit like enhance it even more to try to get closer. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. A lot of times it don't. It's like when I was doing the incendiary, when I hit that, it's like, oh, this one's really close. Let me hit the button to tweak it, to upscale it and tweak the render a little bit, and it would change your race. It'd go from like a Latina like what I was wanting, and make her Caucasian. It's like, yeah, what? I guess the orange, everybody thinks it should be a redhead. But it's fun though. So
I might play around with it, see if there's anything cool. I don't have characters like you do, so like you got a whole world of characters to mess around with.
And I think that's what actually makes it harder for to use. It will generate stuff that's just straight from scratch for your text prompts too, and so you don't have to have the reference artwork. But the reference artwork's cool though. But if you wanted to guide it more along the way,
yeah.
I think those are going to be too small. Yeah, it's about the size. What's one of the small head? I need bigger earpieces. What do I have laying here? I should have some styrene here somewhere. That's it. My workstation's always a mess, so it's, hey, treasure hunt. Did I find it? Yes, I found it. That's the diameter we already have. Right. So I ain't got no fancy Duke like I can use a software program I don't know how to use and make stuff.
It's free.
I know it's free. But my OCD has not got me to dive into that yet. I mean, I get hyper focused on certain things. Not OCD, ADHD, which I have OCD too. But
You got all the abbreviations.
yeah, I like them acronyms. Which I just wasted my time doing that. What I just did.
So I think I know the answer to this question, but has anyone else watched the new season of Masters of the Universe?
I have not.
I saw a video on it yesterday, a channel that I watch. That anyway, I've told you guys before. I like the original Masters of the Universe, like He-Man cartoon. Like I love the toys. I didn't really give a crap about the cartoon, so it's never really been like a big thing for me. And I've never seen the when they redid it. What, in 2000 something?
Oh, that show was great.
Yeah, I've never watched that. So Masters of the Universe just never was like my thing. It's like the opposite of Transformers. Like I like Transformers cartoons and stuff, movies, but not really the toys. He-Man was the opposite. I like the toys, but I didn't really care about the show.
I can see that.
I had watched those first 5 episodes of Revelations, like when they first came out. What was that? 2 years ago? I can't remember how long ago. 2-3 years ago, whenever it came out. And it was so bad, I never finished watching it because they broke it up into like 2 halves, and they did the second half.
Same.
So I was watching this channel that I follow that just does like movies and TV and stuff like that, and he's constantly hating on Kevin Smith and Masters of the Universe, the Revelations, and all that stuff because he's a huge He-Man fan and all that kind of stuff. And he dropped this review yesterday of Revolutions, and he was like, "Holy shit, it's actually good." He's like, "I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually good."
I heard it's everything except for the last episode because Smith actually wrote the last episode.
Well, I got curious, so I watched it, and I went ahead and watched the rest of the first season just because I was like, well, let me watch the other 5 episodes I haven't seen. And the whole first season is just trash. Like, it's just bad across the board. And then, of course, they're doing the same thing with this, where they only drop the first 5 episodes. And then I guess they're going to drop the rest, I don't know, whenever the hell. I got to say it was pretty good. Like, it actually was pretty good. And I don't even care about He-Man or anything like that, but like compared to the first season was awful. Like, everything about the first season was awful. Like like literally everything you can think, the plot, the story, the voice acting, the character depictions, even the art style of just the animation style was
women with arms bigger than dudes.
Yeah. And all of that has changed in this season. The art style is like it's both toned down yet more cartoony, which makes it look more fun. Everything's brighter and more colorful. The story's way better. It's basically a Keldor / Hordak storyline this season.
Yeah,
which is way better. They've changed several of the voice cast, including Tila, because I'm sorry, I love me some Buffy, but Sarah Michelle Gellar is a horrible voice actress.
Yes.
And they changed her out. They changed out several voice cast members to people that actually could like do voice acting. I
always hate when they say they're going to get a regular celebrity to be voice character.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is they changed Tila out with what's her face, Melissa Benoist, Supergirl.
Yeah,
and she did really good. And then part of that was also because Tila's not the main character anymore. Like, she's still an important character on the show. She's arguably like the second or third most important character on the show, but she's not the main character. I mean, He-Man is the main character. So I would say Skeletor is the next main character in the show,
which is what it should be.
Exactly. And then third is like a mix of like Tila, Orko makes a big appearance in this. He comes back and he's actually pretty badass.
Orko the White.
Yeah. And then Hordak is in there too, and he's kind of a pretty important character. Plus Keldor is an important character because like Keldor and Skeletor are portrayed as 2 separate characters.
Really?
But not really. Like, okay. They are, but they aren't. Like, the Keldor, I mean, everybody knows Keldor is Skeletor, but in this, Skeletor doesn't know he's Keldor because stuff has happened and he doesn't remember being Keldor. And so you've got Mark Hamill doing Skeletor's voice and William Shatner's doing Keldor's voice. And they are 2 separate characters. Anyway, it's a whole thing, but it's actually really interesting. And they brought in just a bunch of like fan service stuff, like just characters from the toy line that just come in and show up. And like the whole show it's just fun. Like the show's fun. You know what I mean?
I'll have to give it a try.
It's lighthearted and fun. And now again, take what I say with a grain of salt because I'm not a huge Masters of the Universe guy. So there will inevitably be stuff in here that will annoy somebody, I'm sure.
The Keldor stuff came from the 2000X series.
Yeah. Well, it's in there. It's just that there's Skeletor doesn't remember he's Keldor. So that plays a part in the storyline. But both Keldor and Skeletor are in the show. And yeah, and then it does some flashbacks with Keldor, and anyway, but so it's a whole thing. But I actually watched it and I was like, huh. It was actually fun. I watched those 5 episodes this morning, and I was like, wow.
I've heard it's a shorter series than the previous one. The episodes they're only like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, that sounds right. I honestly wasn't paying attention to how much time they were, but all I know is it just felt fun. You know what I mean? It felt lighthearted. I didn't feel like I was getting lectured about anything. I didn't feel like they were trying to force a character like Tila down everybody's throats.
The stupidity. But the whole last episode though was Kevin Smith's doing where democracy, no more royal family.
Yeah, that was a thing in the last. It's like, I don't know. Well, I mean, that's not even the whole. I mean, that's like 3 minutes. That was his thing.
They're not evil dictators.
No, they're not.
It's villages and stuff. You need a royal family for that kind of situation.
Well, I mean, it's not that. I mean, basically, he just said, like, you guys. He's like, basically, I'll spoil it. Who gives a shit? Like, basically, He-Man, after everything happens, is like, look, because the whole show, he's like, I don't really want to be king. I want to be the champion. And his father tells him, well, you can't be both. And so he's like, in the end, he decides, he's like, look, I want to be the champion of Eternia. I don't want to be the king. So guess what? Y'all are going to vote for who you want to be king. Because I don't want to do it. So y'all are going to figure out who you want to be king. So it's not like he got rid of being king. He's just letting them choose. Instead of being like, oh, the next king has to be in the our family. Like, the people will choose who the king is going to be. That's what it was. He didn't like just say, okay, no more king. It's just like, no, y'all are going to vote.
Well, in the classics era and stuff like that, and before then, like He-Man, Adam becomes king, and he's King He-Man, and he marries Tila. They have a son, Hero. So I don't know what's wrong with that.
I don't know. I see, not having seen the 2000X stuff, so I don't know how much of what's in this show might be pulled from that. Like, I know Keldor was, but I don't know. Like, they do some stuff with Tila.
Yeah, that's not how kings work. You elect your king.
Yes, like there's a thing between He-Man and Tila. That's in there. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff with her being the new sorceress, which is the leftover from last season, and all that kind of stuff. And then there's like a new version of He-Man at the end of this. Like, he does the whole, I don't know, he gets his power. I have the power, all that shit. And then, but joins directly with I don't know. Something happens and he becomes a newer version of He-Man that I guess is now He-Man all the time instead of Adam sometimes and He-Man sometimes. So anyway,
give it a shot.
I don't know. Like I said, if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you'll probably find something that annoys you in it. Yeah. As not a Masterverse fan and having hated the first season, this season was fun. Like, I actually enjoyed it. So,
a friend of mine who's a comic book pro lives locally, and he's a huge Motu fan. And he was talking about that. He liked episodes 1 through 4. Then the episode 5 that Smith wrote, he didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, their son was named Dare. When he used the power, he became Hero 2.
No. I thought the episode 5 was good. I mean, I get the whole, I'm not going to be king anymore thing, but that was a small part of the episode. I don't know. And plus, I'm watching it not as though that's like the finale. Like, I know this is only halfway through the season. So, because Hordak is in there, and he's going to be whatever. I'm not trying not to spoil anything, but Hordak's going to be in the second half, which Hordak was done really well. They did Hordak kind of like a almost a Thanos / Darkseid type of character, which worked really well. Like that where he's like this big bad that goes across the universe, conquering worlds with this huge army, kind of thing, and it worked well for him. And having never watched She-Ra, because I'm not a 12-year-old girl and never have been, I don't know what Hordak's actual backstory was because I never watched that. I don't think I've ever seen any of the original cartoons that actually had Hordak in it. Like, I just knew who he was, and he was a cool action figure. That's about the most I ever knew about Hordak.
The original She-Ra cartoon, he wasn't the leader of the Horde. It was Horde Prime.
Well, they talk about Horde Prime in episode 5. Like, Hordak presents himself as like the leader, but at the very end of episode 5, like, there's another character that's talking to Hordak and mentions and is like, says something, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it's something along the lines of, Hordak Prime is very proud of you, or something like that. You know what I mean? So it mentions that there's somebody bigger than him. But the way they present him and the way he presents himself in the first half of the season is very much like a Darkseid / Thanos type character. As a kind of this big overarching guy that leads an armada of people that go around conquering worlds. And it came off really cool. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's how he was originally in She-Ra or not. I have no idea.
No, they stayed on the one planet in the She-Ra cartoon.
Yeah, in this he like travels the galaxy and conquers worlds and stuff. Presumably, you find out in the 5th episode, for Hordak Prime.
The original She-Ra cartoon was really written to be like almost like just a continuation of the He-Man storyline, just focused on She-Ra. He-Man shows up in a couple episodes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of She-Ra.
Frost has the hots for He-Man.
And they did some cool stuff. I will say the only character, if I have to be honest, the only character that I thought they did a good job with, like even in season 1, and stayed a good character in season 2, was I did like Evelyn from season 1. Now, part of that may just be because I like that actress. Well, I don't know why I'm blanking on her name, but yeah, there you go. And I thought she's a great voice. I think she did a really good job as a voice actress for Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's kind of hard when that you're like, oh, I like that character with that actress, but the rest of the show is complete dog shit. So wasn't enough to save it. But they did some cool stuff with her this season, like evolved her character. I thought pretty cool. So
Princess of Power.
And I will say, and because remember we were talking about this on the show week before last when they dropped the new pictures of the new Skeletor figure, the new Masterverse Skeletor figure from Revolutions, and I was like, that's a really cool design for Skeletor. And of course, it's in this show. It is really cool design, and what they do with Skeletor is pretty cool.
When he gets possessed by the motherboard.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's all, because she works for Hordak. And
Right.
Hordak's all about technology, and he hates magic. And so she goes around in Hordak's service, like infecting people with a nanotechnology. And she does that to Skeletor. And so, like, his body's now half cybernetic. And he looks pretty cool. Like, because I'm more into the sci-fi stuff than I am the magic stuff. So I like that, like, half cybernetic, skull dude. Like, it looked cool. It's a cool looking design for him.
Are you rooting for Skeletor? I mean, no, not Skeletor, the Hordak.
Hordak looked pretty damn cool, man. They did a good job with him, just like character design wise. He looked. I mean, he looked badass, and then he's got, you know, because his suit. He's got two looks because he's got his powered up look which he gets like the nanotech forms this freaking like, you know, nanotech Iron Man armor around him that makes him look more like the traditional Hordak, because most of the time he looks, you know, a little less armored up. But
Yeah.
Hordak was pretty cool. They did good with his character design too. All the character designs this season were way better. And then like there's even a part where like what's his face? What's the little dude from the? Why am I blanking on his name?
Wildor?
Yeah, there you go, Wildor, whatever. He
Wildor.
shows up.
So I was wondering why they had a two-pack of Orko and Wildor when Wildor was from the live-action movie.
Yeah, he's in the show, and he was actually pretty cool. And like I said, Orko's a badass, which was cool. They also, and this is what I was saying, like there was a lot of fan service, because like at one point, He-Man has to give the power sword to Wildor to try and get it to do something to help battle the nanotechnology. And so he doesn't have the power sword, so he needs help. So they use technology to put him in his battle armor with his battle axe to help him while he doesn't have the power sword, so he can still be badass. So you get that little nod to, you know, the old, remember his battle armor where he had the different logo and everything on his chest. He had the battle axe, all that kind of stuff. So he gets that. He gets that outfit. We see more of the Motu characters coming out. Again, Tila, no longer the main character, but she's got her own little side story going on where she's also getting like her own looks. She's getting that in this by the end of the first 5 episodes. She has the snake kind of outfit look with the
Green Goddess.
Yeah, she's got that look going on. So they pumped up some stuff to, like, I think for fans. And again, like I said, even the animation looks different. You know what I mean?
I mean,
the characters look
instead of intentionally doing things to upset fans, they actually kind of catered to them
exactly.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Even
they
the
were
animation was
they were
all
getting like they were
bright.
basically been going around too. It's like, hey everybody, He-Man's actually the star this time.
And he totally was, which was good. One of the things that they changed that was immediately noticeable was the voice cast for He-Man's mother. Because in the first season, like, He-Man's mother was played by Alicia Silverstone, who I don't care if she's like our age, she sounds 12.
Yeah.
And they got it just sounded weird having a chick that sounds 12 years old be He-Man's mother. And so they got Gates McFadden to do the voice this season.
Oh, nice.
And it was good. Like I said, they improved the voice cast quite a bit.
So
And
two
the
Star
characters
Trek
were all
ones.
better, and everything was better.
two Star Trek alums in there.
Yep.
And one Star Wars.
Yep.
I laugh. It's like a while back I was talking about stuff with a coworker, and she said when she was little she had She-Ra, and so when she was little she wanted to like have her like a girl. She wanted to have like a boyfriend, so she got He-Man. I chuckled. It's like you made it to Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I told her He-Man's her brother. She laughed about that. It's her twin brother. It literally made it to Game of Thrones.
But all in all, from a non-Motu fan, I'll give it a thumb up. It's not like the greatest thing ever or anything, but it was a fun 5 episodes that you can buzz through in about 2 hours, you know?
RL, so the entry that they used to represent blockbusting He-Man's power was unique. This season seemed to be a nod to the various toy designs, some old designs, but more so new ones to potentially sell.
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of nods to toy designs. There was a lot of stuff popping out that was like, Oh yeah, I remember. I mean, granted, it's a modern version of that outfit or that character or whatever. It was like I said, it was a lot of fan service, and yeah, you're probably right to probably sell new stuff. I'm sure. You know,
What do you think, Don? Is that looking not okay?
Man, that looks great.
Yes, the earpiece.
That looks really good.
They still need to smooth out a little more, but they're getting there. I grew the center of the tuning fork. Got the little head crest piece. Got his chin guard. He's got his mouth sculpted, or reshaped the eyes a bit. Did redid the face. And come along.
Yeah, she's looking really great.
You got the down here. Big thing to do with the chest right now. I need to add that little reactor piece, and those do the shoulder pieces. Then do some final sanding, and I think the torso is pretty well done.
That's good news.
Lower torso, I like how that turned out.
I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No, I love this project, man. This is fun.
Sorry, but I have to get out of here. I appreciate you letting me come in and not say anything, but work out this trench coat.
Let me zoom out a little bit just for a second so you can get a fuller view. Where you go?
Oh, it looks so good.
It's coming along. I don't know if it's as good as Titanium Man, but it's coming along. That Titanium Man's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's got a lot of likes on it. It's still getting every day. It still collects likes. I'm still going to post Iron Man tomorrow, but
Titanium.
But I appreciate it though, guys. I really do. But I gotta get, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay.
All right, take care, man.
Take care, brother. What do you we got? We're at the 2 hour mark. No. I started to put together a different head for my 2.0 lore figure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming together. I like it. Just filling in Matt since he got here a little later with the where I lowered the neck on this one, this Warpath body. That avalanche head, once I put it on here, I got looking at it, it sits a little too low. And start modifying it, and it was looking good. I changed the eyes out, got those sculpted in. Then once I popped it on, seeing how low it was sitting, I was like, damn it, I don't like it anymore. I like it on the unmodified one, but when it's on this lower neck, the head didn't look right. But that I like a lot. Of course, I like the sci-fi techie look that Leonardo AI did for me. You get with the free account, you will get so many like one, so you can play with it a little bit before you decide to try sign up for it. which is a trap. It's like, this is awesome. I won't do it more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with it. I made an account. See what it does.
Chrome up that Megatron. Let's see. Was it difficult to lower the neck with a warpath? It's a little bit labor intensive on it to do that modification, because you're basically cutting the neck completely off. You're going to grind a lot of material out, then resculpt in between the two. Once you cut it out, you'll have to you can't go down too far. You only got a limited amount of space you can, because you got the butterfly joints. So you're working within the confines of that, plus keeping everything lined up. So it lowered it down enough where it makes it nice. Proportion wise, it don't have the really high neck like this one does anymore. Because this is meant to have those big giant shoulder pads. Without those big shoulder pads, or something on here to fill in that void, it looks awkward. This is one of the first ones I started to mess up for. Canon was nice enough to 3D print make some custom shoulder pauldrons. These are old Super Patriot ones, where I just want to just hinge them.
All right. Well, I hate to be a little bitch and run, but I gotta.
I think I might just call it a night too at the 2 hour mark.
Gotta try to get some sleep before I gotta wake up at about 5:30.
I gotta go into office tomorrow too. We're starting on the annual report stuff, putting it together.
Ooh.
So we're doing a new format too, instead of just doing a publication style like in InDesign. We're actually going to do the web format. And we were talking about doing changing up a graphic for it because one of the units sent us their data. It's on like a PowerPoint slide, and they got 5 graphs on it, and you can't read it. It's just too gobbled up, jumbled up, and it was like we were thinking, oh, let's just get that data and overlay it. And then I was sitting there like, wait a minute, why? We are doing web format. We don't have to limit ourselves to like publishing standards. We can actually do a carousel with the graphical data and actually just scroll through the charts. It's trying to think that.
Well, now you're just making too much sense.
I was like, we were so focused on like what we used to do. It's like, wait a minute. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that's our 2 hour mark, and everybody's saying adios, vaya con Dios.
Well, thanks for having me on again.
Oh, thank you for coming out, hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure, my friend. What are you making? That looks cool.
I don't know. Something for Gary. He wanted some kind of, I think it's some version of Wonder Woman.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I can see it now.
I need to fix her. Looks like she got too many plastic surgeries around the lips there.
The actress from the Boys that plays Starlight, she's had some bad plastic surgery done here lately. And well, everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out, hanging out with us tonight. It's always a pleasure. I may end up doing a Thursday show this week, depending on. Let me double check. We had one last Thursday, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like go ahead and do it anyway. It's not being consistent about being bi-weekly, so.
You just need to do a show 6 days a week.
You're right.
It can be done.
I know you do that. But well, and we'll catch y'all next time. Have a good night.
All right, take
There you guys.